a little bit. Things being streamed in, and they are going to get us around on the Marine Force, but then Medevac does pick it up.
Yeah, Mutas, where are you? Mutas need to take down the Medevac, but they're just going to go straight to the main base of Pokebunny, changing their minds and diverting towards the middle of the map. Might try to cut off that Medevac. That's the only thing I can think of right now, and moving some Banelings forward. Will those burrow, or will they go for a bust? You don't see 3 Banelings go for a bust too often, so looks like Machine is going to back up for the moment.
Nope, you need a little party of Banelings to go through that little wall. And here we go. There's a little drop here. They're kind of looking at each other. Finally, the Zerglings are like, we are going to surround these Marines and take them out. The Mutalisks are going to help with that because no drop, or no, that Medevac is not going to escape.
Yeah, and it does go down. So Machine looking pretty good so far. I mean, I feel like all of these engagements pretty much going in his favor, and also, again, leaving a Zergling burrowed at his opponent's third base. Pretty cool to see. And I want to know if Pokebunny gets a Raven. I mean, I would if I were him, because, you know, he sees that he was basically wrecked by burrowed Zerglings in the last game, and also sees that his opponent has burrow researched and knows his opponent has Banelings. So I don't know. I hope he gets Raven, but again, I guess he might rely on scans.
I feel like the Raven is just such an underutilized unit by the Terran. Like,
yes.
I feel like you should see one at least every game.
Yeah. And I mean, the starport on this reactor is not doing anything right now. It could be building a tech lab, it could be building Raven.
I feel like they rely on their scans too much. Like, it kind of like enables them to not build a Raven because they're like, oh, I can just scan. That's my detection. I don't need a unit that has detection like every other race.
Yeah. And I don't like that logic at all. I don't like that Terrans rely on scans. I mean, you want your mules because you want Marines, because Marines are awesome. They don't cost anything. So you gotta want those mules. But Pokebunny building some Marauders here. That's a little bit interesting. I guess his opponent. That's really interesting.
Moving into some Marauder play, even though we don't, you know, see any Ultralists or Infestors on the field or anything of that nature.
You saw the Mutas. I mean, that's kind of weird.
That is weird. We do see the Hive being made right now as well, so probably going to be going into that Greater Spire as well. Oh, and there you go. Those burrowed Banelings did do some damage in the middle of the map there. Very nice.
With the Starport. Put it on a tech lab, make a Raven. Do it right now. See the fact right there. There is an engagement in the middle of the map. He's coming forward. Pokebunny backing up tank, doing a decent amount of splash damage to those Zerglings. And Machine gonna back away.
Forgot to add into that. Lift up the Starport, lift up the factory, put it on the tech lab. Or Profit.
Yes, Profit. Isn't there a row of question marks in between there? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It's like step 4, step 5, Profit.
Awesome, but a huge flock of mutas advancing to the main of Pokebunny. He's completely unprepared. Only one turret in his main mineral and Marine scurrying back to try to deal with these. And Medevac's being caught off guard. 2, 3, 4 being taken down. And Machine just going to back out. Keep in mind he has Zerglings and Banelings at the left side of the map. Pokebunny, I don't know, man. It looks like he's getting, you know, picked apart a little bit here.
Pokebunny not being able to deal with this mobile Mutaforce. Finally, a lot of Marines coming back here, but with all those Medevacs being taken out, there's not a lot of healing going down for these Marines. So again, every stim that he does is just going to be a stim to his death.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's a metaphor for life.
There you go, story of my life. But yeah, I mean, one Medevac just now popping up on the field, and she's going to have her work cut out for her as more mutas come in. And, you know, Machine has all these Zerglings and Banelings poised the left side of the map. Looks like they might go for a counterattack. There are some tanks there to defend. I'm not sure if that's enough. In fact, I don't think it is. They need those. Pokemon needs at least a squadron of Marines over there to help, you know, do some damage. But at the same time, Machine taking his hatchery at the top right side of the map. Again, just trying to build up his economy, and behind this has a Greater Spire about to complete, adding on a second Spire. So he's going to be going into Broodlord production, and there we go, 6 Broodlords on the way for Machine. And I don't see any Vikings. In fact, Pokebunny's worried about making Medevacs right now because he lost all of his, so his Vikings are going to be delayed quite a bit. Scan goes down, sees the Banelings. So it looks like Pokebunny will be able to get rid of those Banelings. There we go, but
nope, he's going to continue forward with this, and actually he doesn't even have a Ghost Academy either, so he's not going to be even able to snipe those Broodlords, so not a lot to combat these Broodlords. Machine just taking control of the map, and again, this is going to be something that we've seen last game. These guys are just going to continue to poke at each other, but Machine right now having the greater control of the map and the game.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't think Pokebunny has even spotted this Broodlord tech yet at all, and look at all these Marines, they're so low in health. Those Medevacs need to expire. Didn't want to waste that. He's got a better one. Makes sense. Yep. Nice bundle going down. Broodlords raining down on those
Marines, so now Pokebunny is going to know about that. Should either get that Ghost Academy up or start that Viking production. There goes the Ghost Academy right now.
Yeah, but Machine's just going to press forward here with these Blue Lords. He does have a pretty huge timing here. Banelin's coming forward as well as some nice combos going down onto Pokebunny's army. And Pokebunny's army is melting away to these Blue Lords, Banelings, and Zerglings. But again, Machine losing quite a bit as well, reinforcing with 64 Zerglings in that production tab. Going to proceed forward to Pokebunny's side of the map and changing his mind and backing away.
Yep, there he goes. Ooh, Machine has to make sure he watches those mutants. He doesn't want to lose too many of them. Yeah, I think he needs to maybe add some more harassment. Actually, maybe not. Pokebunny has some pretty good static defense back here with these turrets. Yeah, maybe Machine should sit back for a while.
I think he needs this hatchery that's like right below his name. I'm not sure why he hasn't taken that yet. He has plenty of money. It's just gas starved at this point.
There he goes.
He needs to be focusing on that gas income. I'm not sure why he's taking that, you know, after this one at the top right, you know, the middle top right, because it seems a little bit more. Yeah,
right, it does. It's a really good point. I mean, he's had this map control the entire time, and what we've been seeing him doing, he always, after he's done attacks or anything like that, he retreats back to the base. I don't know if that's the best position, maybe, that he could be in with the type of map control that he currently has.
Yeah, you know, I feel like these burrowed Banelings are actually hindering his creep spread. He doesn't want to extend his creep because then Pokemon will just scan the creep, and then he'll scan the Banelings too. So that might be something that's hurting him a little bit. But there we go, just now going to be poking out those creep tumors, so not worrying too much about that. And you know, Pokemon is in a decent situation. He's up 200 to 174 supply, stemming forward. Some Marines probably going to scan and try to get rid of some of these creep tumors. Doesn't have any Vikings in there. There's 2 Vikings trying to start up the Ghost production. But yeah, he is maxed, man. He has 82 harvesters. He needs to start thinking about getting rid of some of those SCVs.
Yeah, I think that would be a really, really good idea. Maybe even just building a bunch more orbitals like we normally see in late games from Terrans. Actually, yeah, and he needs to free up that supply, just like you said, for more Ghosts and more Vikings. He has 3 Ghosts and 2 Vikings right now, and that is really not enough to combat these Broodlords. And here we go, some Infestors moving in. They might get hit by some of these tanks. They need to back off just a little bit.
Yeah, there is a drop at the right side of the map, and Pokebunny taking down that hatchery, so pretty nice win there for Pokebunny. Again, that hatchery looks like it's hard to take anyway. And this hatchery is going to be taken down to the left side of the map too. Dupo's coming forward, so Pokebunny denying this expansion is so important in the PvP match. Actually, any match in the game of StarCraft 2, denying this expansion is very important. 2 Vikings still remain alive and being some hot shots on these Dupos who are left undefended. Infestors not deciding to do anything. The Mutas could easily come over here and pick away at those Vikings, but looks like there's going to be a sizable engagement here. Machine trying to clean this up. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough, though. Pokemon is still looking pretty good in supply. A lot of them are still alive. And I don't know.
Yeah, these Broodlords are being melted by these Marines right now. He needs to clean this up. About 3 Broodlords went down almost nothing, I would say. And those, you know, those are so costly units. You need to make sure you have some substance on the ground to divert the fire from those Marines, so the Broodlords don't get too off so easily. So he needs a little bit more ground force, I think.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Pokemon actually just going to back up. You know, I feel like Pokebunny's in a great situation here. You know, he keeps denying those expansions. I mean, these hatcheries are getting up, but they just keep getting killed. And without, you know, more, you know, we talked about it in the last game. You gotta have more bases as dessert because you need that gas income, you know, to build your heavy hitting units. Whereas, you know, Pokebunny, the Terran player, it doesn't necessarily need a lot of gas. You know, he's piling up his gas count right now. Right now, his main limiter is supply, which is fine. But you know, I feel like Pokebunny's playing a great game here. Machine not out of it by any means. Building some Banelings here in the middle of the map, but he's definitely starting to get gas done.
I feel like Pokebunny should be going for some more tank upgrades. I mean, he's got that weapons 1 pro, which is always a good call against, you know, the Banelings and stuff. I mean, like you just said, he has that gas moving up. He might as well start utilizing that armor.
Yeah, why not? Start getting upgrades. 2K right now, and you know, he's not losing too many units. I'd also think about loading up Marines into medevacs and dropping. Again, Marines are not too huge of an investment. You can afford to lose those. In fact, I'd rather have that supply for Ghosts. But Zergling's going for a run by into the natural expansion of Pokebunny, unable to get his supply depots up in time, and the Zerglings are going to turn around, try to take a couple SCVs out. At the same time, there's a counter into this left-hand location, but huge. That was painful to watch. That was definitely not worth it.
Yeah, those tanks being in perfect position right there, so a lot of those tanks did get blown up quite easily. But as you said, there is an attack going down in the natural. taking out he's making those Vikings land actually, and the Vikings look like they are going to clean up these.
Yeah, the Vikings are actually needed. Oh, Pokebunny just scanned like 20 Broodlords right there. How much of those?
Maybe this base over here wasn't the best.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
the aggressive going down.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's a very weird setup. You know, as you said, if you defend those bridges adequately, you know, you could be fine. But Machine not defending that lower bridge, letting Pokebunny get across, but Broodlord's coming forward here, and only now the Vikings coming forward trying to get some shots off. They're screaming in to try to take care of this army, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. A lot of Broodlords in the air, but the Vikings getting caught by the infestors, and the majority of the Vikings go down to the Machine. Going to be proceeding forward with these Broodlords. But they're losing their support here.
Yep, they do not have any anti-air support there, and again, not a lot of ground substance either. Here we go, some Broodlings trying to take out these Marines. I think it would be, yep, there we go, in Machine's best interest just to throw these Broodlords back until he gets a lot more reinforcements.
Yeah, and this is an interesting way that they're playing it out. I mean, you see how it's like, if you draw the line through the map, like that's how they're playing it, up and down, you know, and it seems like a diagonal map to me where the line would be from the top right to the bottom left, but they're not playing it that way. So
yeah, I would have to agree with that as well. This is really interesting.
Yeah, and Pokebunny coming forward with a lot of Vikings taking down so many Broodlords. One Ultra is trying to be a hero, but actually doing a decent amount of damage. Oh, actually more Ultras coming in, but Marines are a good unit. Smack going down from those Ghosts, and Pokebunny picking up 3 of those Ghosts. Pretty nice move there, but he's going to be backing away. Feels like he does not have enough to deal with that third army.
Yeah, these Vikings just continue to do so much damage. I feel like we just need to keep, Machine just needs to keep adding some anti-air into there, because those Broodlords are just taking those pot shots, and I think he lost about 2 Broodlords there. And look at the Viking count now, moving in to these Broodlords. He's up to 9 Vikings.
Yeah, and that, if you can micro those correctly, keep them spread out, and target fire down those Broodlords, those can be very cost efficient for you. Broodlords cost so much money for the Zerg player, and Vikings, you know, not as much, but very well played thus far by Pokebunny, up 190 to 178. Supply has plenty of Ghosts as well, a lot of Medivacs overhead to do that healing action, and Machine only has Ultras and Broodlords here. I only see one Infestor.
Yeah, this is really interesting. There's a couple of Infestors back there. 3 Infestors coming in right now. If they can get a nice fungal down, there we go. Trapping a majority of those Vikings down. Continue to fungal those. I don't think he has enough energy for any more fungals. So this Queen needs to focus them down. Oh, there's an Infestor back there with enough energy, but nope.
Queen being a hero there. To 4 kills. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. And actually, some Queens coming over from the other bases to help out. Pretty cool to see. But both players are maxed. Pokebunny, I feel like he's in a great situation. Has his base the left side of the map, has plenty of minerals, plenty of gas, and makes pretty much anything he wants at this point. Machine trying to keep the drops from being efficient and effective, patrolling a lot of Zerglings on the right side of the map at this expansion. And it looks like Pokebunny, I mean, honestly, he can just play the waiting game if he wanted to just get an amazing unit composition and keep going for drops. It's going to be fine, but going to be acting as the aggressor here, splitting up his Vikings very nicely, taking down so many Broodlords. Pokebunny is playing this so well in this fight.
Yeah, I would have to say it's the same. He is playing so patiently right now, you know, not really running up a lot of his units in. He's using those Vikings so competitionally to take out those Broodlords. I mean, we see there's only 2 Broodlords now, but there's so many Ultralists on the field. I feel like EGMachine needs to continue this creep spread at the bottom. One thing we haven't seen from either of these players, I mean, they're just butting heads right now. They're not trying to be sneaky or anything. They're not trying to deny bases or try and take out workers. They're just completely going army for army.
Yeah, you know, every time a Broodlord dies, he's reinforcing with an Ultralist. And, you know, it's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if that's the best move, but Pokebunny doesn't have, you know, too many Marauders on the field. Has lots of Ghosts, though, so that's something to consider. A very scary amount of Ghosts. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Again, both these players are essentially maxed, just mining and Pokebunny's SCVs at 74. I'd still consider getting rid of some of those, but looks like Machine's going to go for a counterattack into the middle right side of the map here. But Pokebunny's going to back up, not using any of its tanks. engaging without any pinch whatsoever here.
I like this from Machine. Making Pokebunny move his positioning right now. They kept trying to attack him in the same area, but now Machine's forcing the issue here. Maybe losing